Hey everyone, Dan again from Deuce the Limit, and welcome back to the channel. Today we'll be looking at semifinal number 1, and I'll be sharing with you my 10 songs that I think are going to make the final, and the 5 that we may sadly be saying goodbye to. So let's get started. When trying to predict the 10 qualifiers, I think it's best to start on the extreme ends of the spectrum and just get the ones that you know are going to happen out of the way. For example, Karija Cha Cha Cha. I think this is the safest qualifier, even above Loreen, who also is a safe qualifier. And then I would say Alessandra as well. Look, these 3 Nordic countries, closing, opening, Loreen, all in the same semifinal. There's just no way that these songs are not going to the next round, right? There's no way these songs are not going to be in the final. We can lock all 3 of those in 100%. Now, as far as the songs that I think are dead on arrival, as much as it hurts, because this song has grown on me, we obviously know that Azerbaijan is going to have an absolute uphill battle, having to follow Loreen and come before My Sister's Crown. So many good songs here in this little group right here. It's just, there's no way they can all go through. So I think, unfortunately, barring the greatest staging we've ever seen, Tell Me More is probably going home. I don't think it mattered what the order was for Ireland this year. I think this is one of, if not the weakest song in the semifinal. It just does not stand out. Right. It's very nice. And maybe in semifinal number 2, it could have found a way through getting, 3 points here, 4 points there. But when you look at all of the other songs in this semi, there's just no reasonable way that it's going to get picked. Now, I think most people in the Eurovision community can probably agree on these 5 songs pretty heavily. It's the other 10 where we start to get a little jumbled up. Now, I know Unicorn is considered a heavy favorite. I think it will qualify, but I am still a little worried about it. I think the song is just a bit strange in its arrangement, but it's likely that Israel will go above and beyond production to make sure that this goes through. Serbia is another one I'm actually not too worried about. I think it's off the wall enough that it will find its way through to the final. He's a great performer. He had good live vocals in the national final. Really feels like that one is going to be safe as well. So where I go to next when I'm selecting my qualifiers is I'm looking at the 3 slow songs, Sudden Lights, Remo, and Mia and Dion. I only think one of these is getting out of this semi. I would love for more than one, but I feel like a song like that is very slow, that usually gets helped by the juries. With them, I think you would see 2 of the 3 go. Without them, it's only going to be 1, and I truly think the Netherlands will continue their qualification streak, will continue having great success. Burning Daylight is just the most easily accessible of the 3. It does not take any time to warm up to it. It captivates you from the very first lyric, from the very first note. And I think I've also seen among the Euro fandom, and that's objectively, I think, from a wider view, I think the Euro fandom is even starting to come around on it. So I think this position, it doesn't hurt coming before Cha Cha Cha. Being that late is just perfect for them, and I think they've locked in a great spot to make it to the final. I would love to see Sudden Lights go to the final, but I don't think it's going to happen. So I need to eliminate one more song as a non-qualifier. I think My Sister's Crown is through. As much as I don't like Let 3 at all, I think it will get through on a televote only semifinal. I love this song to death. I really, really hope we can all vote for it and prove me wrong, but it's in the death spot, right? It's in the death spot. I think Mimi Cat is really just in her own world. Nothing else in the semifinal sounds like it. Same with Pasha. I feel like they both have their own niche that they fill, where I just don't think they could NQ. So I guess my 5 NQs, The Busker, Sudden Lights, Wild Youth, Remo, and Turel Turan. 2 of these qualifiers kind of on the might not qualify. I would say Mimi Cat is probably one because of how early she is. She might be kind of on the cusp of not qualifying. And then I know a lot of people aren't going to want to hear this, but I think Vesna too, just because of how many qualifiers we are going to see from this second half. And Curacao will probably come through in like the 7 to 10 range of the qualification, whereas I feel pretty good about the others qualifying comfortably. So what do you guys think? I know it hurts me so much putting Sudden Lights and The Busker as non-qualifiers. Those two songs are in my top 15. I love, love, love listening to them, and I hope we all vote for them and prove me wrong. But what do you think? Who do you think is going to get through semifinal 1? And I'll have a semifinal 2 video soon for you. Later.